Hi there and welcome to Bustthenet. Yes, this is the show called In the Hot Seat where we do a playthrough with somebody's save. This save comes from Sandy and he's managing West Bromwich Albion. Ooh, love the team. And they are he's chosen the perfect time to send it to me. All right, he's got matches against Galatasaray and then Manchester United coming up, and it's a do or die Champions League knockout stage game which I have to play, which is kind of fun. All right, so essentially, when we looked into the tactic, he's taken a minimalist approach to tactics. Now, a minimalist approach can work, but you have to remember one thing: attributes are going to be king. So you're going to have to make sure that for those positions that they're playing in, those guys are good. I mean, then it becomes a question of whether you are just you're doing okay. There's nothing wrong with it if you can get your players. If you can create a tactic that's well thought out, then it's fine. Now here, the only problem I have with your tactic is close down more and push high up. Retain possession is fine. So in certain of your matches, if your tactic does work, just remove the push high up and close down more. What I would instead do is do a high block, right, or a medium block. Get these guys to do the blocking. And get these guys up top to do the blocking. Tell these guys to hold their position, and then tell this guy to close down less. In fact, and then play with the team. With these shouts can work control. You could even tell them to be a bit more disciplined in their shape. But here, what we noticed in some of the games was they were getting out of shape too easily. So what I've done is I've created a different version of the tactic. You have to remember, when I am trying to extract the best from players, especially if I want to overachieve, then I do have PIs. Because then I'll apply PIs because I need them to play in a specific way so that they can, I can maximize the way we use the ball, if that makes any sense. So we've got a slightly different version of that. Here I notice you have the central midfielder who to get further forward. So I've gone with a roaming playmaker. He might roam from position, which is why we hold some players back. We've got a defensive fullback who's going to be in this position. We've got a winger attacking these spaces. We've got a roaming playmaker. I've told him to mark tighter, tackle harder, close down more. We're not closing down a lot more, but just more. Here, the central midfielder on defense, I've removed close down much more. He's just going to close down more. And then we've got a winger on attack who's being told to close down more, right? So he's just going to take one notch to close down more. And we've got this guy closing down more. Now, this means that these guys are going to be doing the harrying. At the back, he's been told to close down much less. And this guy will be told to close down less as well. We want them to hold their position. We don't want them to overcommit. Then we got these central defenders. My keeper, your keeper has got kicking of 16 and vision of 11 and decisions of 15. So he's a sweeper keeper on attack. So he's going to bring the ball out and he's going to look at launching the ball into space because you've got Barco attacking the spaces. His off the ball is only 13. If it was any better, it would be ideal. Then on the left flank, we've got a playmaker. We told him to take more risky passes, tackle harder, close down more, dribble less with the ball. Here he's been told to pass a shorter, few risky passes. I'm bringing this mark specific position. He's also not marking specific position. We don't want them to mark anything. Just we'll do zonal defending here. Top, nothing here. Here he's been told to close down much more, tackle harder, mark tighter. Backline, no differences. DFB, sit narrow, run wide with ball. This wing back has been told to sit narrow, but he will run wide with ball because he's a wing back on attack. At the whack, we have distribute and take short kicks. So this is the tactic that we're using for our match against Galatasaray. Fingers crossed it works. Okay, we're all set for this match. You got some players who are not available, like Santi Komasana. What a name. He's out. Simon Diaz, you getting to play for the reserves. Jumping rate 16, not too bad as a defender. 16 here. The other central defender, Clement Lenglet, not very happy. I don't know why. We got Bjorn Engels. Okay, well, you got quite a lot of good players in your team. All right, so here we go. Just keeping with the flow of your tactic, not really making too many changes. We've got this is going to be fun. Oh, they're playing a narrow system. Galatasaray come up with a narrow system. Dear Lord. This is not what I was expecting. Okay, so they are coming with a narrow system. Okay, this should hopefully it works. I'm still hoping. All right. We are using this retain possession, play our defense, work ball into box, use offside trap, and prevent short goalkeeper distribution at the start. So let's come off 2D Classic. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting I'm on a different game. I was just doing a session with somebody on FM17. So you have a corner, Barco to take this corner onto Bujika. Now I would definitely check your set piece routines to make sure that you have the right players at near post, far post, and challenging the keeper. So Odoro plays it to Feguli to Yasin. We want to win the ball here. Yes, so we gotten the first part of our puzzle done. Martinez to Barco. Barco with the ball is on his own because he's not going to get any support from the defensive fullback. He's inside the box. It's Pinamont. It's a first goal for West Bromwich Albion against Galatasaray. Early start, 4:33. Good start there by the boys. So what have I done differently with your tactic? I fixed the first problem, which is the how you use the ball. So I'm getting them. I want the ball to be used. I don't want to give up the ball so easily when they have the ball. So that was not too bad. That's first opportunity. Second thing we want to do is want to make sure that we win the ball in this zone here. Or at least make it harder for the AI. So notice your backline is not very defensive. We get these 2 banks of 4, which I didn't see in the first few videos, or rather the first few the matches that I went through, Leicester City and the rest. So Barco with the ball again, beats a few players, gets by the byline, it's a Pinamonte, it's almost a second goal. So now we're going to see a few more. I dare say this, we're going to get assists from your wingers a lot in this game now. So far, so good. We got a free kick. Barco puts this into the box. Martinez looks Fernando. Odrozola. Gomez looks for Castro. It's Rakiovic with a save. Throw in Toure to Koulibaly. Back to Toure. Toure plays it out to Tierney. Tierney to Abuchaka. They're in the box. Tierney. He loses out Gomez. Now, the question is, how well do your players come back? They win the ball again in midfield. That's good news. Boro to Martinez is a quick counter. They fail to score. They should have done a lot better with that opportunity. Corner taken. Pinamonte, Koulibaly. Plays it out to Abuchaka, to Barco. Barco crosses it to Pinamonte. It's a second goal. West Bromwich Albion are all over Galatasaray. Notice your this is what I want. Okay, I want these guys to be firm when these guys go closing down, so they don't go all over the spaces. Now we want it to be tight. Hopefully you don't concede. Oh, that was close. That was so close, man. So far, you're not making it easy for the opposition to carve out opportunities. We also want to make sure that in the tactic that we have, this Koulibaly has a decent game. So if his ratings are very low, then I might think about changing his role. But so far 6.9. The way they're working looks pretty good. We can go to comprehensive, and what I would typically do is I will highlight these 2 players in the game and start tracking them to see that they are playing well on both sides of the pitch. Oh, that was almost a third goal. There's another corner. Barco with the ball, crossing into far post, and it's a third goal for West Brom. You're 3 goals up on Galatasaray. Odrozola. Your boys come back. Now, once again, what we want to see is the banks of 4 whenever you defend. That's all you want to look out for. You want to, because in the earlier game I saw with Leicester, the banks were not close. They were quite far apart. Now we are playing on control flexible, retain possession, and we have these players sitting narrow. I have this player sitting narrow. I have these guys closing down more, and I've got this guy closing down more, and I've got this guy closing down more. So the difference between your close down more and my close down more is I'm not using the team instruction to close down more. These guys are going to be doing the closing down. Secondly, we are not playing with any pushed up defensive line. We're playing with a normal defensive line and an offside trap. The offside trap encourages your back line to be slightly higher. So this will bring them closer to your midfield, and this will help with your offside traps, plus keeping your side a bit more compressed when they have the ball. Odrozola with the ball to Balana, crossing it in. They clear the danger. Barco with a chance to do a counter. Pinamonte away, looks for Martinez. Martinez slides it to Koulibaly. Ooh, you should have had a fourth goal before the end of the first half. So there's no need to say anything at halftime. We just keep going. All right, the only other thing that we want to do is think about making substitutes. Substitutional changes. Abu Chaka with the ball. Okay, this is the wing back on attack, which is the reason why I'm using him like this, so that he can actually give you this kind of you recycle possession of the ball, and he gets into really attacking positions. Tierney. So what we have is we have a lot of width coming from a winger on one side and a wing back on the other side, but we don't overcommit because we have a defensive fullback here. So we kind of have 3 defenders back when we need the boys covering. Abu Chaka releasing Pinamonte. This is a great chance for a counter. Pinamonte to Martinez. Martinez will now create a chance for somebody else. Barco misses when he should have scored. Belhanda into the box. Barco with the ball. He will release Martinez. Martinez is away. Martinez crosses the ball. Is Abu Chaka with a great strike first time. Almost another goal. So what changes can we make? Looking at the so far your players playing quite well. Ruggiero, Koulibaly, Feglo. I don't want to concede a single goal, so we're just going to keep playing the same way and not make any changes. If anybody I'd be concerned about is Gennaro Ruggiero, 6.9. Your Barco is having a phenomenal game, and Koulibaly is not having a bad game. Pinamonte, unfortunately, hasn't been scoring a lot. Okay, what else can I do? I can change the F9 to a trequartista, so I get a double pivot in attack. Bucelera with the ball, playing over the top. Lenglet wins that. Again, we are looking to see that the boys come back and defend. As you can see, the banks are very disciplined at the moment. So this is surprising because I'm playing against a narrow 4-2-3-1. I should expect them to put a lot more pressure in your backline, but they have not. Because we also have done one thing with your player instructions. We are using the ball as intelligently as we can, so that the boys don't give the ball up too easily. So when they have the ball, you use the ball a lot more effectively, and the possession number should show that it's 53%. If you've got plenty of, for all your opportunities that you've had, you only have 1 long shot out of 18 shots, which is pretty good conversion rates. Right, now we're going to do something slightly different. I'm going to turn this guy into a trequartista. Yeah, we just want to see what it feels like when you have a trequartista. Just for the next 10 minutes. We're 3-0 up anyway. Abu Chaka with the ball, plays it to Pinamonte. Okay, we are definitely not going to risk Abu Chaka, so I'm taking him off and bring on Nasser Chadli. Pinamonte, back to Abu Chaka. See, now you got 2 double trequartists. You got 2 guys up in attack. So they will recycle possession. Ruggiero to Tierney to Lenglet, over the top. Pinamonte comes back, lays it for Koulibaly. Martinez to Barco. Barco should be bearing these chances. I don't believe what he's doing right now. So another favorite of mine is the trequartista poacher combination. So we haven't really changed very much of your tactic. if you noticed. I've just put a lot more PIs in it for you to keep the ball more effectively. Chatley is offside. So West Brom 3, Galatasaray 0, first leg. Most of all the 3 goals coming in the first half. So the boys have done okay. And yeah, they threw. And you had good chances. So let's now review the tactic. Right. So we've done this. Ruggiero suspended for the next game. So Santi comes back. And then Abu Chaka is not going to be 100%, I bet. So these are the players for the next game. And you've done okay. You've won you've won this leg of the Champions League match. All right, for the match against Manchester United, we're going to do something different. We're going to swap these two around. So we got the poacher and the winger going to attack on the same flank. We're using a wing back to come up this side, so we get a lot of support on the left flank. Hopefully this gets Pinamonti into more goal scoring opportunities, because we didn't really get that going in the first game. Pinamonti was averaging a 6 point. The low 6. Wasn't very. It basically wasn't doing very well. All right, so we got this done. We'll tackle him hard. Well, against Manchester United, top of the table. We got nothing to lose, I guess. Pinamonti to Lenglet to Koulibaly. Now I'm looking to make sure that these two guys don't get too isolated. So a lot of it will depend on the RPM role-playing, that RPM finding them. Lenglet to Chadley to Santi to Chadley. You can see the wingback gets into a dangerous position. Koulibaly trying to find the wingback. Didn't get there with a good pass. Fekir is away. Crossing it. Dybala scores early. My word. This is not a good start for us. That was the same flank we were attacking them from. Yes, things like this are going to happen if we are going to, we're bringing the game down on the same flank. It's a risk we're taking. This is a defensive centre-back with a long kick, forcing Lindelof at the back. And Pinamonti. Missing his chance. I don't know how that wasn't a clear-cut chance. Rodriguez to Pinamonti does brilliantly with the ball. Finds Martinez. Martinez will bring this ball up and lose it to this Chadley picks out the pieces. Chadley isn't very good with the ball on the left flank. Pogba to Fekir. Toure does well. Fekir, Dybala finds Alexis Sanchez, Rakiovic with the save. Okay, Bujiga, Lenglet. Adrian with the ball. Pogba. Back to Adrian. Suso, Fekir. What can we do? I think I know what to do. We are going to be unstructured, and we are going to push the defensive line a bit higher, and I'm going to go fairly narrow. And I'm going to remove retained possession. Okay. Lenglet with the ball. Dangerous pass. Lenglet again. Chadley. Don't lose the ball again. Tierney to Santi. Back to Chadley. Chadley finds Martinez. Martinez we all heard him. Right? You all heard me saying cross the ball to Pinamonti, but it didn't happen. Chadley to Martinez. Shoots again. Well, at least we've gotten a response. What we've done is push the defensive line slightly higher, and we've also gone structured. So we're going to try and utilize some of the spaces. Dybala, Tierney does well. Toure, free kick Dybala. We made one mistake at the start. Hopefully we don't pay the price. Lenglet, Martinez, to Pogba, to Adrian, to Fekir. Toure wins that. Koulibaly can't get there. Okay, as long as their chances are from the edge of the box, we're happy. Oh, they lose the ball. I don't believe that he had so many chances to try and bury that. Suso with the free kick. Oh, side netting. Rakiovic to Lenglet. Lenglet to Tierney. Tierney looks for Barco, but that wasn't a very good pass. Alright, we're gonna make a slight change to this guy. Yeah. Okay, shorter passing. We'll lock that into your DNA. It could be that, or your wingback is naturally looking to Trans Knox pass. Okay. Thought he might have that player trait which encourages somebody to switch the ball to the other flank. Alexis Sanchez with the ball. Barco has taken a knock. Um, Looking for other players who can take to the pitch. Santi. Alright, we're gonna take off Nasser Chadli. Or I'm gonna move Nasser Chadli to the right. Yeah, okay, we're moving Nasser Chadli to the right. And we're gonna bring this guy on for Baku. Rodriguez, Pogba, Adrian to Suso to Dybala. Your keeper makes a great save. And safely into the hands of the keeper. Rodriguez to Dybala, shoots into the box. We managed to get an equalizer from a set piece. Slight something though. I'm thinking of changing this guy into a deep line forward on support. So he dribbles less, shoot less often, and then we're getting to move into channel shorter passing. Just slight change. Why? Because the F9 dribbles more, and we don't want Martinez losing the ball. So he can play others into play. Abu Chaka with the ball. Pogba looks for Dybala. Dybala to Lukaku. They lose the ball. Koulibaly plays it back to the keeper. Chadli now with a chance. He plays Pinamonte. Pinamonte looks for Martinez. And Martinez makes it 2-1. West Brom come from behind. And they've taken the game. Yes, we just want to change the guy to a DLFS on support. So small tweaks to the tactic. Dybala and Rakitic makes the save. So West Brom 2, Manchester United 1. Slight changes. Now we only made like substitution changes. This is gonna be a goal for them. No, they failed to score. Rakitic to Lenglet to Bujika. Bujika plays it to Chadli. Chadli cuts inside to Pinamonte. Pinamonte, you can definitely tell him to play simple passes, right? Because Pinamonte we haven't told him to play in low risk passes. You can definitely do that. You just go to the what I would do is come here. He's already got a few risky passes. Yeah, basically now you do this shorter passing and that's it. Fix that problem. But sometimes it's not ideal, but you can do that if you want to keep possession of the ball. So we remove retained possession as a shout, which just slows down our tempo. And in this game, was slight tweaks to the tactics. So what did we do different in this game? We changed the shouts, right? So we started out with retained possession. We ended the tactic playing it on structured, and we removed the shout. And we actually, I think we went. We also, if I'm not mistaken, we went narrower slightly. I can't quite remember now because a lot of the changes I do in games is very reactionary. But overall, this played slightly differently from the first version of our tactic. The first version of our tactic had the poacher here and the F9 here. In this version, we have the F9 here and the poacher here. Both work. But in this one, we get more dynamic attacks down the left flank, which can leave us open to goals, which is exactly what happened when we conceded the first goal. It's a risk that I'm willing to take, but you have to be willing to accept that in certain cases the ball is going to come down this flank. We lock down this flank and make it hard for them to attack here, but if they do attack here, they lose the ball. We got a winger and a poacher combination on the right flank, which can definitely create problems. In this particular scenario, we have an F9 here. We're working with a playmaker, and they can create options. They got two options. They can either go wide with the wingback on attack, or they can find a striker in the box. So far, I think it's 2 games, and in the second one, we actually came back from behind to win. I didn't expect that, but yeah, the boys have. So essentially, your tactic doesn't really need there's not much to do. If we were to go back to your own tactic, right? So if we were to take your tactic, which is this one, what would I do differently with this? I would definitely remove retain possession and push higher up and close down more. I mean, in that game we pushed higher up in order for us to get some traction. I think that's what I did. I can't really remember now, but I definitely remove close down more, because close down more affects all these boys as well. The differences between your tactic and my tactic in order to hold defensive integrity is the fact that I don't tell these players to go crazy with closing down. When you do close down more, they do that, and you lose shape, and you get these big gaps in between your defense in the midfield, which is what we saw. And secondly, we can afford to play with a bit more risk. Thirdly, with some of your positions, what we did was we asked them to sit narrow when you have the ball, but when they get the ball into the opponent's half, I told them to run wide with the ball, which is what they do as well, what the wingbacks did. So essentially, it's a pretty, you don't really need very many things to change in your tactic. It's just PIs on some of these players to make sure they hold the ball more effectively, and this will come in handy when you play tougher teams or you got tougher matches to play. So we did okay, I think, against Manchester United. Let's see if you had another Manchester. Oh yes, you had an away match we drew with them, which is not a bad result. And then let's hope that you can get these kind of results for your other matches as you progress. Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of In the Hot Seat. If you have any questions, you know where to find me on Discord. Yes, please send me a message on Discord. And for all the others who are interested, if you want to send in a show for Game Changer in the Hot Seat, you need to be at least a first team member, and I'll get into it as quickly as I can, and I'll do the shows and I'll put them out there for you. Okay, so thanks very much for tuning in. You guys take care, have a good one, and once again, thanks for all your support. Bye bye.